we've both recently gotten into Kindle Unlimited. It's a great place to read ebooks, and we're barely getting around to really exploring the platform.
I just got my Kindle a few months ago, and I've really only read books that I already own, but they have so many more that we want to get to. So today, we have come up with a list of books that we want to read on Kindle Unlimited, and also books that we've loved and want to recommend to you guys to read on your Kindle. I got the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition with 32 gigabytes in the shade Agave Green. With this purchase, I was able to get 3 months free of Kindle Unlimited. I'm really enjoying it so far. I love reading this at night. I read all of my Kindle books on here.
I don't have a Kindle e-reader, so I do read all of my Kindle Unlimited books on my phone. You don't have to have an actual Kindle to read Kindle Unlimited books, which is great. I think we're just gonna get right into the TBR. They have thousands of books. I was not expecting them to have as many as they do, so I was browsing for hours. Honestly, I feel like we could do multiple parts of this because we only put together a short list and there's so many more I want to read, but these are like the top of the top on my list. So up first, I have an author that I'm really excited to get into, and all of her books are on Kindle Unlimited, so it's amazing. It's Carissa Broadbent. She has a couple different fantasy series I want to read, but I am going to start with the Crown of Nyaxia series. This is going to be a 6-book series with 3 different duets, and the first 2 books are already out, so I'm ready to read them. Book 1 is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I do actually already own this physical copy, but I know myself and I will read it way faster as an ebook. This first book is about a human woman who has to enter a vampire tournament to the death and meets a vampire that she has to work with in order to win. That just sounds delicious. This is the series that everyone keeps comparing to the Sarah J. Maas universe. I'm just really interested to see if I'm gonna feel the same way. It's supposed to be really fast-paced and easy to get into. I'm so excited because I've heard great things about this author, and as soon as I'm done with the duet and the little novellas, I'm gonna go into her other series, and every single one of her books has gorgeous covers, so I'm so ready to get started.
The first one I have is one that I am so excited for. I'm probably gonna read it this month. Like, if I have time, I want to get it done because everybody is talking about this. Everyone has said such good things. You guys in our last reading sprint were telling us you recommend this one for us, you think we would love it, so it's time for me to read it. And it is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. This is a brother's best friend romance book, which, you know, I just love that. And it's also a football romance. Love football. It says, my brother's best friend broke my heart, but what happens when his new teammate wants to put it back together? So, yeah. So she's always had a thing for this brother's best friend, but it's like he never wanted to ruin his relationship with the brother, and now there's this new guy, so she's like, okay, well, he's hot too. And it's like a little love triangle thing going on.
Like, if you don't want me, there's this other guy.
Exactly. Then you're gonna want me when I'm with someone else. So there's all that. And then I've heard that there's a huge plot twist that goes down in this book, so I don't want to read too much of the synopsis because I feel like I would be able to guess it, but I just think that sounds so good already. I do know the paperback is like 600 pages. Ooh. So I know. That's like the entire Mind F series. So I do think this would be a good one to read on Kindle Unlimited just because it's something about the ebooks. You just go through them a lot quicker. I feel like this is like a predicted 5-star.
I agree, and I don't even really read contemporary romances anymore, but this is one I'm very excited for. Everyone's crying.
I know.
What's sad?
What's the twist? What's happened? We don't even know. Seriously think I want to read this like ASAP.
Good pick, good pick. I'm adding that as my 6th. Another fantasy I want to read is King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. Every time I go book shopping, I look at this book, I pick it up, and I never get myself to buy it. I was so happy to see it's actually on Kindle Unlimited. I will definitely be reading it on here. Let me read you guys a summary, okay? It's so up my alley. It says, Isolde considers her wedding day to be her death day. To end a years-long war, she has to marry a vampire king and kill him. Her assassination attempt fails, and Adrian threatens that if she tries to kill him again, he will raise her as the undead. Arranged marriage, assassination attempts. I feel like it's going to be such a good, quick, entertaining read. I'm super stoked for this. I guess I am on a vampire kick. I didn't even realize that. I want to get into this author's writing because she wrote the A Touch of Darkness series, you know, that Hades and Persephone retelling. I never really was interested in those, but if I love her writing in this, I'll definitely try to read those. Yeah, this is just another one I saw in there and I knew immediately I had to read it because of how much I've been considering buying it.
Okay, well, if you read it on Kindle Unlimited and you know you love it, then we buy
Then we go get it.
Yes. The next one I have is one that was a book club option, and I noticed it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I had to add it to my list here. It's Mile High by Liz Tomford. It's the first book in the Wind City series. It is a hockey romance, and I've heard this is like the hockey romance. There's no other one. Like, this is the top one. She's top of the pyramid.
Okay.
Everyone else is below her. This is the hockey romance you have to read. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I am reading the summary right now, and I'm not loving what it's giving though, if I'm being honest.
Oh.
It just seems like this guy, Xander, he is like the hockey player. He's so good, everybody hates him. He's like the one that everyone doesn't like because he's just so good. Chicago hockey isn't complete without me. Everyone's favorite player to hate, I know my role and I play it well. I thoroughly enjoy spending the majority of my game time in the penalty box before leaving the arena with a new girl on my arm each night. Ew.
Ew.
What I don't like is the new flight attendant on our team's private plane. She works for me, not the other way around. But I'll be sure to remind her of that, and I can guarantee by the end of the season she'll be begging to quit her job. Like, why are you so mean? So he's like grump.
He needs to be humbled.
Yeah, exactly. You do need to be humbled. She works for me, not the other way around. Okay, Xander, calm down. Stevie, I've been a flight attendant for years. I thought I'd seen it all, but when my new job lands me on board working for the most egotistical and self-righteous diva in the NHL, I start to second guess everything, including the promise I made to myself of never hooking up with an athlete again. I think it sounds cute. It sounds like your typical enemies to lovers rom-com. You got the hockey in there. I think this cover is so beautiful though. This is one of those that if I love it, I'm gonna buy it.
You guys, there are dozens of dark romance books that I want to read on Kindle Unlimited. I mean, I could sit here all day and list them, but I won't do that to you. One that I know I'm gonna want to read ASAP is the Boys of Belrose series by Tate James and Jamin Eve. You guys know I love everything Tate James writes. Is it always ridiculous and far-fetched? Yes, but they're always so addictive and entertaining, so I'm gonna read this. Book 1 in the series is Poison Roses, and this is a mafia rock star reverse harem dark romance series.
Ooh.
Does that not sound insane? But I mean, come on, like, I'm gonna read it. I don't love the rock star part, but I mean, you throw me a mafia reverse harem and I'm still gonna have a good time.
I think that's fun.
It's fun. So here's the summary. We're following 24-year-old Billy, and it says, I thought I'd hit rock bottom when I turned 16. The day I broke my first love's heart, ending things before I could ruin his career as a rock star. Which is already sad. Okay, you did that for him. 8 years later, when I find myself homeless, jobless, covered in blood, and running from a ghost of my past, Angelo Ritchie knows I saw him shoot a man. He's coming for me. He has men out all over the city looking for me, and if they find me, I'm as good as dead. I'll do whatever it takes to escape the Ritchie family wrath, even if it means seeking sanctuary with the most unlikely and unwilling allies. Belrose is the hottest rock band in the world right now. Oh my god. Her name is Billy Belrose.
Oh.
You named your band after me? Yeah, I'm gonna hide out with you. What the heck? I'm excited. I haven't read anything by Jamin Eve, but I trust Tate James. So if they collabed on this, I'm ready to read it.
The next book I have is a Lucy Score book, and I have already read Things We Never Got Over, and I really did like that one. So I'm excited to read more from her, and it seems like Kindle Unlimited has pretty much every single one of her books, which is amazing, especially because her books are thick. So this one is Forever Never by Lucy Score. One of the last times we went book shopping, Lauren and I picked this one up, and we were kind of like, what is going on this one? It seems really interesting. It says, you don't fall for your brother's high school sweetheart, your boss's daughter, or your ex-wife's best friend, especially when they're all the same woman. Excuse me?
Excuse me? Hello?
Hello? My gosh. Enemies to lovers, opposites attract, slow burn, girl in danger, glorious banter, fighting as foreplay, small town shenanigans, big grumpy pinning, overprotective hero, wild child. I feel like that banter between frenemies is gonna be really strong just because they have so much history together. Lucy Score doesn't fail me. The way she writes and the characters that she creates are always so much fun to read about. So I have a good feeling about this one.
It does sound good.
It sounds cute. It sounds chaotic, but fun.
The next one I have is unfortunately another series, but I'm very excited for it nonetheless. And it is Rhapsodic by Laura Talassa. It says Calypso is a siren with a very big problem, one that stretches up her arm and far into her past. For the last 7 years, Callie has been wearing a bracelet of black beads up to her wrist, magical IOUs for favors she once received. Only death or repayment will fulfill her obligations. Everyone knows that if you need a favor, you go to the bargainer to make it happen. He's a man who can get you anything you want at a price, nice, and everyone knows that sooner or later he always collects. But for Callie, he's never asked for repayment, not until now. I read this and I was like, yeah, I need to know what happens. I need to experience this. It honestly just sounds so good. I can't wait to start it. The cover of the book I love. I do think this is a series. Oh well. A siren and a bargainer. I'm into it.
The next one's kind of surprising because this is King of Rap by Anna Huang. Anna Huang is the author of the Twisted series, which we did not love. Well, pause. We only read Twisted Love. We all know that Twisted Love isn't like the best one in the whole series, as so many people have said. I have seen so many people talk about this series. I've seen them all together. All the covers look so beautiful. And I've seen a lot of people say that they actually like this a lot more than the Twisted series. I liked her writing. I don't think her writing was the problem. I feel like
you just didn't like the storyline.
I didn't like the storyline.
Yeah.
I didn't like the plot. I didn't like the characters. But I don't think there was anything wrong with her writing. I've seen a lot of people like this one, so I think this is a good idea of reading this first book in the King of Sin series on Kindle Unlimited to see if this is something I like more than that before I go and buy all of them like I did with the Twisted series. This is an arranged marriage romance book. It says, she's the wife he never wanted and the weakness he never saw coming. That's cute. Come on. Ruthless, meticulous, and arrogant, Dante Russo thrives on control, but both personally and professionally, the billionaire CEO never planned to marry until the threat of blackmail forces him into an engagement with a woman he barely knows. Vivian Lau is a jewelry heiress and daughter of his newest enemy. It doesn't matter how beautiful or charming she is, he'll do everything in his power to destroy the evidence and their betrothal. I mean, I like how they're not giving us too much. They're letting us know there's something going down, but we're not going to spoil it for you in the summary. I think it sounds good. I don't think I've ever read an arranged marriage. Honestly, this series just looks so good. The covers are beautiful, so I'm really hoping I'll like this one so then I can buy them. Sit pretty on my shelf.
Alright you guys, this next one is honestly nothing new. It's been popular for a hot minute. I'm the one that's late to it. The only reason, I'm gonna be real, I haven't read it yet is because I can never find the copy that I want. I have a specific cover that I like and it's never the one in store, so I just have never gotten it. But it is If We Were Villains by ML Rio. I feel like this was peak book talk, dark academia. Everyone and their mom was talking about this book and I have been wanting to get into dark academia. It hasn't happened yet. I don't know if it's just the books I picked out are way too prestigious and they just go over my head, but I'm hoping this one changes that because I do want to get into the genre. It says Oliver Marks has just served 10 years in jail for a murder he may or may not have committed. On the day he's released, he's greeted by the man who put him in prison. Detective Colborn is retiring, but before he does, he wants to know what really happened a decade ago. First of all, I love that setup. I love the fact that this whole story is going to be kind of told as a past event. It says 7 young actors studying Shakespeare at an elite arts college. Oliver and his friends play the same roles on stage and off: hero, villain, tyrant, temptress, etc. But when the casting changes and the secondary characters take over, the play spills dangerously over into life and one of them is found dead. The rest face their greatest acting challenge yet, convincing the police and themselves that they are blameless. I honestly kind of hope that he did do it because I'm gonna feel really upset if he was sent to prison over something he didn't do, but I'm very ready to see this story unravel. So happy it's on here and I can read it on here. Every time we're in store, I either say how I want the UK version or I want the nice pretty skull version that I'll put here. I feel like it'll just be one of those that has really great quotes and I'm ready to get into it.
The next one I have is one that you just recently read on Kindle Unlimited and you didn't love it. And it is The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I love the Housemaid series. I am so interested in seeing if I feel the same way. When you were talking about the summary and the wrap-up, it sounds so good. It says there are 3 rules Brooke Sullivan must follow as a new nurse practitioner at a men's maximum security prison. Treat all prisoners with respect, never reveal any personal information, and never ever become too friendly with the inmates. But none of the staff at the prison knows that Brooke has already broken the rules. Nobody knows about her inmate connection to Shane Nilsson, one of the prison's most notorious and dangerous inmates. And they certainly don't know that Shane was Brooke's high school sweetheart, the star quarterback who is now spending the rest of his life in prison for a series of grisly murders. Or that Brooke's testimony was what put him in there. Shane knows and he will never forget. I think that sounds amazing. It's super short. It's only 380 pages. So I think it's worth it for me to take the time, read it, see if I love it, or see if I'm gonna side with you.
I'm so interested to know if you're gonna like it.
Because then you'll know if you're not gonna like The Housemaid
Yes.
and The Housemaid Secret. This has 93,000 ratings and it's at a 4.17 stars.
It's crazy.
I plan on reading it and I will let you know if I loved it or if it was a flop.
Okay, that was our entire list of books that we have like on our immediate TBR on Kindle Unlimited. I could honestly do a part 2 to this though,
Yeah.
because I have so many. We now want to talk about some of the books we know and have read and loved that are on Kindle Unlimited. So if you haven't read them yet and you're looking for books to read on there, we've got a list for you.
Since they've had so many good books that we've read on there, we decided to make a list of recommendations and sort them by genre. So first we have romance. They do have both books in the Knock 'Em Out series. I have only read the first one so far, but I do think it's super cute. So I think that's a really good small town romance if you're looking for that. They have a whole bunch of Colleen Hoover books as well. They also have the complete Dreamland Billionaire series and the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. They have a lot of Mariana Zapata books. She is, of course, the queen of slow burn. So if you're into that, those are good ones.
If you want romance books that will also make you cry your eyes out, we saw that they had the Song of Achilles classic and If He Had Been With Me.
They do also have a lot of darker romances. So they have the Eden series, which we just started. The first one did have murder mystery going on. So if you want to start that series, they have those there. They also have the Ravenhood trilogy. We absolutely loved this series. The second one will break your heart. And they do have all 5 books in the Mind F series. And I did read the Mind F series through my Kindle and it was a great experience.
They have a bunch more. They have a lot of trashy but fun Penelope Douglas books. I also thought they have a bunch of Sophie Lark books. I thought Brutal Prince was okay. I didn't love it, but I would start the Saints and Sinners duet and I saw that on there. They have all of the Never After series, you guys. This, let me tell you, is the best place to possibly read these to see if you're gonna like them. Because they are trashy, yes, but you're either gonna love it or hate it. This is the perfect place to start. Same thing for the Twisted series. Do yourself a favor, read the first book on there, see if you end up liking it. Like I said earlier, they have all of Tate James' books. You guys hear me talking about her all the time. If you're ever actually interested, go read the Madison Kate series on there. And of course, the Dark Verse series by Runex is on there, my most recent Mafia romance that I've read and absolutely loved. So I would check out that. I will be reading the rest of the series on Kindle Unlimited.
Now moving on to our mystery thriller category, they do have Frida McFadden books. They have The Housemaid Duet. I really enjoyed them. They're super fast and easy mystery thriller books. They have The Whisperer Man. Lauren really loved that one. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I really loved that mystery thriller. I think it's one of my favorite ones I've read so far. They also have Behind Closed Doors, another really fast-paced mystery thriller book. And Finley Donovan is Killing It, which is like a fun, cozy mystery book. So those are really good ones to read on there.
We have a fantasy category next. You guys know I had to put one in there. And they have so many good ones as well. You guys know I gotta say it, but they have all of Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti books. I'm talking all of Zodiac Academy, all of Dark Fae, which is the prequel series. They have so many other series I haven't even started, and they're all on Kindle Unlimited. I think that's fantastic. I will be reading them on there from now on because all of their books are huge. But if you're interested, definitely check them out on there. They also have Adrienne Young's Fable Duet. We loved that duet. It's on there. You guys know we talk about it all the time. They also have the Bridge Kingdom series, which I love. That's a good fantasy romance. I Was Sent to Kill You, but then maybe you're not as bad as I thought. They have the entire Harry Potter series. If you don't want to give all your money to J.K. Rowling, read it on an ebook. I'm sure she gets some kind of profit, but not as much if you were to buy the books.
That's a good idea. I think I'll do that.
They do have the Selection series on there. They have Trisha Levenseller books. So The Shadows Between Us, which is a fast, easy fantasy standalone. They also have the Daughter of the Pirate King duet, which I've loved as well. So there's honestly so many more. This was just ones that you guys know we talk about all the time, so we wanted to include them all.
We are so late to the game. I feel like everybody has told us for years now to get Kindle Unlimited. We're barely on the Kindle Unlimited kick, but we are having a great time. This does sound like an ad, but it unfortunately was not.
I wish it was. If they do sponsorships, please help us out. Overall, we've just really loved our experience with Kindle Unlimited so far. We've said Kindle Unlimited 80 times throughout this video. I don't even know how much Kindle Unlimited is a month because I waited for a sale to happen, and they do sales all the time. I ended up doing the 2 months for $5.99. So if you're wanting to just wait till they do a sale, they do them constantly. It saves so much space. You read so much faster, and it saves so much money too.
Yeah.
We were literally out here buying every single book we wanted to read physical copy, and that sounds insane now.
I think that if I started my reading journey with a Kindle, I would not have all of the books that I have now. I would have more money in my bank account. But it's fine. We had so much fun looking through Kindle Unlimited. Now we need to read these books, and then we can do a part 2 of more books we want to read on Kindle Unlimited. That's going to be it for today's video. Comment down below and let us know if you do have Kindle Unlimited and if you have any recommendations.
That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, our book club is live and in action. If you're not already joined and you want to, that link will always be in the description as well. We will see you guys next time.
Clip-on light onto my books and holding my heavy books. This is like,
Oh my god. Blah,
did I
blah.
just break my books?
Shut up. So this first book.
I'm sorry.
Performing surgery.
I literally think I'm.
Do you want me to put it on right now?
You're on a vampire kick.
Is he a vampire?
I thought you said vampire.
Oh my god, I am.
This one, again, 603 pages. These are thick books.
603 pages?
Every road trip blurs. What road trip? I thought this is a plane.
So she's running away from the mafia. That's where mafia comes in. I'd rather her be with the mafia, but it's okay.
Hey, you never know.
We gotta switch it up every now and then.
Pretty much every single one of her books, which is amazing, especially because her books are thick. Like I've already said every single time. Trouble finding heroine who keeps on pushing the hero's buttons. Steam level, lava, suspense, nail biting, feels big time.
Oh my god, me writing a review. I think I will love it. If I do, I'll read the rest. Something about this, I was like, oh, he has like...
Yeah?
She has to like repay him for all these things she needed. And now he needs her help and they have to work together. It's just so good. It's so good. I love the name Dante.
Dante is a cute name.
I love that.
Was his name Dante?
Yes, because as soon as you said it, I was like,
Okay.